making sure that I made the holes big enough.
Oh,
that
that's
they
what
weren't
he
too
said.
tight.
Have you ever been to like when a restaurant opens up?
Uh-huh.
You know what they call that,
A
right?
soft opening.
No, it's when a restaurant opens up.
No.
Wait, soft opening. We're still talking about a restaurant, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
Huh?
Hey everybody, this is Matt. We're at Texas Toast Guitars, and I am very happy that both Chris and Mrs. Toast are back in the studio shop today. You know, I got another email today or another video comment. I don't see what the big deal about using a microphone is, and I'm like, click later. Here's why, dude. And the guy actually tried to like goad me into tried to goad me
Greatest
into
of all time, you?
yeah. He's trying to goad me into. He's like, don't you care about how your guitars sound? You should care about how everything sounds. And I'm like, off with your head.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I'm like,
yeah.
I don't want to. I told you why I don't want to do that in the videos, because I don't spend all the goddamn time trying to make videos sound good. You know why? Because I'm not a fucking YouTube. All right. I'm gonna settle.
Man,
I know. I'm gonna settle down.
Whew.
I'm not a YouTube guy. I'm a professional guitar builder. Do you know why I call myself a professional guitar builder?
Because you're a professional guitar builder?
Because you and I, Chris, don't eat unless we build guitars.
Correct.
We do not pay the rent at our homes unless we build guitars. That's what we do. We're not YouTube guys. We're guitar builders. Now, I'm not trying to disparage YouTube guys who happen to be building guitars. It's just that we've flipped it around. We're guitar builders who happen to be making YouTube videos.
Yeah.
People seem to have a real problem with that. Anyway.
Well, there's a lot of guys that listen to all of that kind of rabble too from all those people. And boy, I sure hope the audio's good. Well,
yeah.
Hope springs eternal.
Sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
And yeah, ours isn't the best sometimes, but it's all right. I mean, good Lord, does it have to sound like a motion picture every time you watch a Texas
Dolby
Toast video?
Yes, it's got to be in doubly. Anyhow,
of course.
Yeah, so I'm sorry to have burst in on you,
Man,
but
holy cow.
I know I kind of got off the rails like really fast. I didn't mean to do that, but here we are.
Yeah, and we've tried using the lapel mics that we had with our camera, and it didn't work.
That's right. Our wireless mics don't work with our camera, and the wired mic is, I don't know where it is.
Well, you can't be tethered to the camera when you're working tools.
No, and I'm not gonna.
And you're not gonna buy a new camera. Maybe someday.
Maybe one day, but yeah.
It'll get so polluted with sealer and sawdust.
Yeah, that's just it.
You'll need a new camera,
and
then we'll try it again.
Do you know why they would get polluted with sealer and sawdust, Chris?
Because we're guitar makers.
That's right. We don't work in a studio made to look like a shop. We work in a shop that we press into service as a studio.
We need a better background.
Yeah, we probably
than a bunch of boxes full of parts for a bunch of guitars that we're building.
And we need microphones. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You guys are all cool. You're not you guys aren't the people who go, I want it to be better. Well, go watch another guitar maker or go watch another. You know what? How about this? Go watch Grover Jackson. I'm sure he's got nothing better to do than make videos that sound impeccable. Right? Go watch yeah, I don't know. Yeah. You guys know what I'm talking. I'm not talking to you guys. I'm just ranting. So welcome to a Thursday live stream. It's good to have Chris and Mrs. Toast back because you guys were both kind of down for the count on Sunday. I'm not sure. I know Carrie Ann was like, I'm just beat up. And I think
my sister was in town and my sister was in town and we were doing stuff and they got away from me and next thing I know.
Yeah, that's cool.
I was working my ass off for the last 3 weeks.
No one is questioning your grit.
Frequently,
I'll question it.
Attending social events at the Upright.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was the cherry on the cake right there.
Yeah, that's right. The Upright Lounge is helps you lose track of time. So speaking of losing track of time, you know what happened. But this morning I got up at it was like 5:15 or 5:20, whatever. And I'm like, kind of like, I'm not really this, but I'm not really. And I get ready to start my day, and I'm going to go and I'm going to exercise. So I'm running and doing my morning exercise routine. And then I get done with that, and I'm sitting around drinking coffee, and I'm goofing around. I'm fixing to take a shower, and I look at my phone, which the ringer's turned off on my phone. And I look at my phone, and there's an email from Jesse, or a text message from Jesse, and there's a text message from you, and there's a text message from the alarm company. I'm like,
oh, is Jesse on the list too?
Yeah.
I thought Brandon was.
Jesse is.
Jesse is. I knew there was a
and I'm like, uh-oh. So I look, and there's an alarm. So I try to look at my phone to see what the cameras look like, and it's like, hey, you need to set up your account. And I'm like, no, blast. So I throw on pants, and I jump in the car, and I zip over here.
And how far away do you live?
Not far.
Yeah,
I live
5 minutes?
about
1
2.5
is it
miles
that
or
far?
something.
I
Yeah.
don't even think it's that.
But there's no super direct route. You got to kind of
go
weave
around.
through. And that's, at that time it was like right at 8 and school stuff was happening. So turns out it was nothing, but it was a kind of a heart pounding couple of minute drive over here.
So on my end, I got the call at like 5:45, and I looked down, and I'm drinking coffee. I'm like, Simply Safe. I'm not even like really
Awake.
clued in.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'll answer this.
Yeah.
Because I want to know who the F would be calling me at 1:45. So hello. And they're like, yeah, this is Simply Safe. The alarm at blah, 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 blah went off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh. and I live 30 minutes away.
You live a half hour away.
And I'm like, well, did you call the other guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. We dispatched the police. Okay.
The Westminster PD was like here.
Yeah.
In a flash. I
I'm
want to
sure
know
they were-
how I know, because the guys at the 425 Social Club were here.
459.
459, yeah, and so they got it all sorted out.
Yeah,
and it was good
and-
that they
And so then I texted you, and then I jumped on my bike and I went for a ride.
yeah.
And about 15 minutes into the ride, I'm thinking, I wonder, surely Matt got my text message. I wonder why
Oh,
he
I
hasn't
did.
texted me. Well, but you hadn't 15 minutes into
Oh,
my
that's
ride.
true. That's true.
And I'm like, man, I hope there's nothing wrong. There was nothing I could do, really.
I think what happened is like a plastic bag blew off the
Mm-hmm.
wall or something. I don't know, but it set off the motion.
Yeah, so I got home and looked at my phone and went, well, I haven't heard anything. I'm going to go with no news is good news
Yeah.
on this deal.
Yeah.
And yeah. I mean, false alarms happen.
And I'm pretty
It's
sure that the
to know
Westminster
they work.
Police has some car not 2 blocks from here.
They're always
at
right
all
around
times.
here, and
Yeah.
they're always kind of patrolling this neighborhood. So, but it's still it's kind of a
Yeah.
quick pick me up in the morning.
You'll get used to it.
Yeah.
The more it happens,
Yep.
the more you'll get
Yep.
used to it. And then
We got a lot of good
Yeah.
stuff to talk about though today, but that was something I wanted to tell you guys about. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
Okay.
cut you off. I know I
Yeah.
cut you off all the time, but I
Uh-huh.
didn't mean to.
yeah, you do.
I didn't mean to this time. So,
Usually I do, but this time I didn't
Yeah.
mean to cut you off.
we got a super chat here from
Oh, cool.
our good buddy Doug Cook, who says nothing special, just to say thanks for all you've done for me and for hooking a brother build a bud. Why does Doug want to use alliteration so that I can't? Yeah, I'm like-
Budding builder.
and for hooking a budding builder with info and discounts at some great suppliers. Thank you very much, Doug. We will absolutely put your $5 for some big beers.
Yep. Did Mac
yeah.
bring those?
Mac brought, because
Yeah.
Mac is a big guy.
He is.
And we
Those
drink-
just look like regular beers.
We drink
in Mac's
big
hands.
beers when
Yeah.
Mac is here, when Michael is here.
Mhm.
So
And your dad brought me this.
yeah,
Brought us this, but
that's
pretty much
too high
brought
test
me.
for me, I think.
it's
yeah.
you might like it. It's not super beery.
Well, keep that in mind.
It's an ale.
I want to talk about beers because I want to talk about the Christmas party here in a bit.
Cribman party?
But I do have some.
Man, it's almost cribman time.
It's almost
isn't it?
Cribman time.
Man,
But I have a mail call that I
love
have to. We went to the post office box today,
Uh-huh.
and there was nothing. Chris was sad.
Yeah.
So if you
make
guys
me
want
run
to
in.
get in on the mail call, the Thursday live stream mail call, link in the description below. Link. address in the description below. You can send us something to the PO box, and Chris and I will open it on the YouTube show, and we'll probably tell you how cool you are, or if you send us something not cool, we'll tell you that too. But that's not true. There is a thing that we got. We got something from Mike Manthe. Mike, we got a thing from Mike, and he ordered a Challenger from us.
Uh-huh.
But he also sent us a T-shirt.
Huh.
Evil Burrito, Chicago, Illinois. Normally I say Illinois, but because if the good Lord didn't want you to pronounce that S, he wouldn't have put it on there. But I was actually born in Illinois, so I can say it. Anyway, so do you know what Evil Burrito is, Chris?
I'm going to say it's a burrito place.
I want it to be a burrito place.
It's a band.
But it is also Mike's band.
Uh-huh.
Now, so that means that there's probably the Chicagoland area might need some new burrito places.
Mm-hmm.
You know who should make a burrito? Jim Jam Jimmy.
Jim Jam Jimmy Speedo Burritos.
I was thinking he could call it Big Keto Burrito. And it would be a keto, because he and Leslie, I think Joy too, keep keto, right?
Man, and those
keep keto like it's a religion. Oh wait.
Hey man,
they are so good though.
They are, yeah. Well, everything that they make is wonderful. Here's the thing. I love the Jewish people. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
And but there's no way, if you keep kosher, there's no way to make it be tasty.
There's no way you're enjoying your life.
I'm not saying that, but there's no way to make food
if that's
taste
the only
good.
thing you've ever eaten in your life, that's what
maybe
you're used to.
Yeah.
But I think that if you keep keto and you're Jim Jam Jimmy, you could pull off the Big Keto Burrito. Maybe we'll see that at the Jim Jam Jimmy Test Kitchen one day. Maybe you could get an invitation. We got another super chat. E.R. Webster, who got a new bandsaw the other day, said new tool day last week. Got a 3-horse. See, I actually knew, but I didn't know he was going to send us this. New 3-horsepower jet bandsaw. Very happy so far. Question: what's your coolest bandsaw trick or technique? What is my coolest bandsaw tip or technique? I actually have one.
Okay.
So ER, that's a really nice looking bandsaw, by the way, and I'm totally jealous of that bandsaw. However, sometimes the throat on the bandsaw doesn't allow you to move the body all the way round. You know what I mean? You can't, like on our big bandsaw, you could turn it all the way, but like on our 14-inch bandsaw, you just can't get the whole body.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you've got, like on a Telecaster, you've got that little bit. I'm cheating because this was going to be used for another thing later, but this little part right here is usually the part that you can't get with the bandsaw because you can't move it around and cut this part. So here's a trick that I do on the bandsaw. I'll cut a line, or I'll cut a straight line into
like the center of it.
The center. Well, no, the edge, almost to the line, and then I'll cut a line on this up here, almost to the line, and flip it upside down and go the other way. I'll connect the two lines. So that's a cool bandsaw trick that if you come to one of the classes here at Texas Toast Guitars, I will show you neat stuff like that every single day. Speaking of new classes.
I don't get to talk about my favorite bandsaw trick?
Yes, you do.
Okay, let me see the body. So the way I like my favorite trick is to when you're cutting something really sharp, sit there,
they can't see,
and do this with the bandsaw, and then turn it and turn it and turn it, and then pull the blade out of the guide bearings and break it.
That's a great trick.
You look like you were doing the shake weight or something.
Yeah.
You know what my favorite bandsaw trick is?
I'm all ears.
To sleep.
Matt, will you cut this for me?
Yeah.
There's no tricks to using the bandsaw.
No, and I don't.
I'm sure
there's a video out there like 10 tricks for using a bandsaw, but for what we use it for,
and I'm sure
it's fairly.
I'm sure E.R. Webster knows all those tricks too.
Probably,
so,
and I don't. What is a trick other than cutting out stuff?
Yep. E.R. Webster knows the trade. He doesn't need to know the tricks of the trade. Anyway, so everybody wants to learn the tricks of the trade. Nobody wants to learn the trade anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about the new classes. And there are actual links in the description below for the 2 new classes that I posted just the other day.
Okay.
The reason that I have this body out is because one of the classes is our brand new Build a Fabric Top Guitar class. And Rick already signed up. Remember Rick? He's coming from the Boston area.
Oh, yeah.
You know
cool.
Rick, yeah.
Uh-huh.
He made the Iceman.
Yeah, Rick Bernier.
Yeah.
Bernier.
So the build the Fabric Top is up there, and it's April and November. We've got classes listed. They're ready to go. You can sign up now.
He's not building an Iceman?
No, you know why he's not building an Iceman?
It's not offered.
Because it's not offered. So what we're doing is we're building tellies and we're building strats, and we're using the maximum guitar templates in the classic form. So in the telly, you get the top route, these pickups, and etc. The cool thing about the Steve templates is if you decide I want 2 humbuckers and I want it rear routed and I want a P90 in the middle and I want, I don't know, whatever. Steve's got like an almost seemingly unlimited inventory of things you can get. So if you want something outside of the traditional, just call up Steve and go, hey, I need this template. He'll whip it up for you, and he won't charge you very much. And then you can make that template. But you send us the fabric that you want. We'll glue it to a board. It'll be a square. And then we'll do all the work, and we'll do all the paint work, and we'll make the neck, and that's the other cool thing. You get to bring all of your own spec stuff. So you're not beholden to us to go, well, we think you should use this bridge, so you have to use that bridge. You get to pick whatever you want. So the cost of the class, upfront cost, is actually quite a bit less than the other classes because you have to provide the hardware. You get to provide the hardware, and you get to pick all the stuff that you want.
You get to have all the fun of shopping for it. Finding the best deals.
It's kind of a cool thing because
learning about all the parts.
That way you don't have to. So like, for example, imagine if you bought something and you customized it and you have all these things sitting around. You don't want those things anymore. So this class and a lot of the other classes, we're actually moving towards this. We'll just give you, we're going to take money off the top of the class, and then you guys provide the hardware, and then you get to have exactly what you want from the get-go. You don't have to start over and go, well, I got $300 worth of this stuff that I don't want. Now I need to put this stuff that I do want on there.
Yeah.
So,
got a bandsaw question.
Another bandsaw question. Okay.
Yes. Mike Ivy wants to know, what TPI blade do you recommend for typical bandsaw usage?
Skip tooth. Every time. Skip tooth. Every time. Skip tooth. Every time.
Wait, what kind?
Hook. Skip tooth every time. That's what we use on almost everything. I like it for, there's nothing that it doesn't do well, I don't think. Now, someone is, like Norm Abrams would probably go, well, you need to have this blade too. But
yeah, it depends on what you're cutting.
Yeah. Yeah. The nice thing about the skip tooth is it evacuates the material readily. And yeah, for the stuff that we do, it's the hot setup. We also have, speaking of classes, where you can learn how to use a bandsaw and why the skip tooth blade is invaluable. The other class that we have up there is the 3-day essential guitar workshop. Do you remember what that is, Chris?
Yes, I do, Matt.
Okay.
Would you like me to talk about it?
Yeah, actually, I would.
You can go ahead because I'm sure you have something worked up.
I don't really, but it's a cool class because it's on a 3-day weekend.
Right.
And in fact, if you work at a bank or for the government, we've got 2 of them that fall on regular 3-day weekends. One is on like Labor Day and one's on Columbus Day or Indigenous Peoples Day or whatever that's called now. October or whatever.
11.
The second, whatever Monday it is. So
the first Monday after the full week.
Yeah. So that's one of the ones that's coming up in 2022. It's a 3-day class. So that's to be a Saturday, Sunday, Monday class. And we provide you with a body blank. We provide you with a licensed neck that's ready to go. And you bring the hardware, so you get to pick whatever you want. And we go with, again, Steve's telly and strat templates. You make the body, you bolt the neck on. We do all the durable thin finish.
Yep.
So you're on the bandsaw day 1 and you're in the paint booth day 1. And then We do we assemble it and put it all together, and you guys have a good time. But what's the coolest part about that class, Chris? Let's say you come and build a telly. What's the coolest part?
Oh, well, automatically that signs you up for the ability to return for
half off. So if you come and build a telly first and you decide I want to come back to the next one and build a Strat, it's half the money of half.
Not 40%.
No.
Not 45.
No, not 49. 50% off. Yeah.
A full half.
So so as we go on, the prices for classes is going to go up. And in fact, in January, the cost for classes will go up. And I think we landed on $25 a day. Is going to be the price increase. Okay. So if you're taking a 3-day class, that's $75. So if you guys sign up for any of the 2022 classes before January 1, you can save. Well, you can save that money, and you can put it towards the parts that you're going to need to put your super awesome guitar together. Yep. So that's cool. And you don't get charged for the whole thing right away. You know what I mean? A lot of people think, well, I don't have that kind of money just laying around. You can sign up and pay it off as you go. It's no big deal. You get an invoice and you can pay off a little bit or a lot of it, whatever you want to do.
Dylan said, "Hey y'all."
Hey Dylan, how you doing, man?
Hey Dylan.
Speaking of Dylan, we've got
these guitars too.
A Dylan class coming up in
my Tafty shirt on yesterday.
In May. You did have I had mine on yesterday too.
You missed it, Tafty.
I didn't. I was like, you did?
No.
We were twinsies?
No,
I didn't even notice.
But actually, we both had brown pants on and red flannel shirts.
Red, flannel. Yeah.
Speaking of new shirts, you see the shirt that I have on today, Chris? I've been working with a graphic designer, and we're gonna have a new shirt that looks a lot like this. It's gonna be the Texas Toast logo, but it's gonna be an upside down cross. It's going to look like this on the front, only it's not going to say Dogtown. It's going to say Texas Toast. And it's going to look like this. I don't know if you can see it because of my big hair.
And the chair back.
Oh, really? Shit. So it's going to look like, yep.
So if you didn't like Powered by Evil, you're really not going to like this one.
Why? So it's going to look like this on the back.
It has no religious connotations whatsoever.
Only it's going to say Texas Toast on the back. A lot of people think that, whoa. A lot of people think that upside down cross is an evil thing. In actuality, you need to look that up because that's St. Peter had the apostle.
I'm a pagan. I know these things.
Well,
that's the Hanged Man.
Well, you know what? Look, there's a bunch of Catholic stuff around it too. So eat some shorts. Whoever doesn't like that. Anyway, all right. So we talked about new shirts. We talked about the alarms. We get a mail call. We talked about the new classes. You guys can get in on the classes right now. Save a bunch of money because prices are going up January 1. Are there any questions before we proceed?
Wait.
Somebody did have a question about.
There's never been a better time to buy a class.
There really hasn't been. Somebody was asking about what screw size do we use for hooks when we hang guitars? We have any here?
Any ganchos? No, I used them all up on the dozen Billy Bows.
They're not big, but. I think what his issue was is that the hooks that he wants to use are bigger than the strap button screw that he wants to use later. So I don't think that I think that's a non-issue because it's okay to put new material in that hole later. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, or do like we do.
Yep.
With a steel insert.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So we don't do that, but yeah, you could always backfill with material. And in fact, we do that a lot of times.
Yeah, we do that. I don't put the hooks in super deep. Sometimes, depending on the strap buttons we use, sometimes I use a longer screw. There's all sorts of things you can do to fix that. And eventually, most guitars, the strap button's going to come loose anyway, and you're going to have to do something about it.
If you're using basswood, that's
it's coming loose. Before you even put the guitar on. So.
But that's a great question though, because that happens a lot, and in fact, that's something that you and I kind of wrangle sometimes. Oh, geez, this stupid hole's too big now. What do we do? So what do you just backfill with like maple or something? And
Michael Frizzell says,
drill it out and shove a little
threaded insert.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Wouldn't that be cool? Have a little
super
steel
super easy to,
insert.
super time efficient.
Yeah.
Whilst installing and then you can let that strip out.
Remember, you were suggesting that these just become the strap buttons, and we just put a quarter. This is a 1/4 inch hole.
Mm-hmm.
You could put a quarter 20.
My favorite size screw.
There.
Yep. 1/4 right there.
Yep.
Maybe
Right
something
there.
fancy like with a carriage bolt.
Sure, whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah, you go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Put some carabiners on there, and you'd be solid. Some bitch ain't going anywhere.
Let me get ready to play.
Clonk.
Clip in.
I better snap in.
Yeah.
Okay.
You lost focus for a second.
It was so awesome that Matt lost focus. That was hilarious.
I want to talk about the Christmas party because I know it. I'm sorry, the Cridman party.
Cridman.
I know it's. And I hate it too, you guys. When it's not even Halloween yet and the Christmas decorations. I know that's a bummer, but
I never took mine down from last year.
I'm talking about
too
like
early
at the store
to start party planning.
That's right. So I want to know, and you guys don't have to tell me what your plans are, but just give me a thumbs up emoji in the comment section if you're planning on attending this year's Cridman party.
Texas
when is
Toast
it, Chris?
Party. December 10th.
December 10th. It is the Friday. It is the Friday. The last day of our last class of the year, which is Build a Classic Fender. Mm-hmm. I know Ryan and his dad are going to be out here.
We have some other news about that.
We do, and we're getting to that. And then, the second we're done on Friday, we're all going over to Odyssey Beer Works and we're going to party because Jimmy is going to be there, and Hawk Attack is going to be there.
Get the fuck out.
No.
Really?
Yep.
Is that why you were listening to the CD earlier?
Yep.
Remembering the lyrics?
So I had to remember the songs. It's been a long time. So Triple J and Hawk Attack in the house at the Texas Toast Odyssey Beer Works Cridman party. Were you
Texas Toast beer?
Oh yeah, that's right. And then, of course, there's going to be lots and lots and lots. There's going to be 500 or 600 gallons of Texas Toast beer. Oh man, and that's a lot. At all. No, we're probably gonna though. So give me the thumbs up. Let me know if you guys want to say, yeah, I'm gonna be there, whatever. And I want to know too, we're gonna have. I think we need to have a special shirt for that show, for that thing, and maybe that'll be kind of your entry ticket. You could have that shirt, or we could have that shirt there for you when you got there. Something like that. Okay. Hey, I'm Chris Fesker, and I'm here for the party. I ordered a shirt in small, whatever it is, whatever your size is.
He's not Brad Engels.
And whatever you wanted,
Yeah.
And then it's just going to be there. I don't know how we're going to work that, but wouldn't it be neat to have kind of a pre-order merch thing where you show up and there's this cool thing waiting for you there? How about that? Let me know. Also, we're doing a toy drive, Toys for Tots. It's going to be happening there. That's going to be where we're finalizing that. If you guys are coming out for a class, though, Toys for Tots toys are going to be something that we just start doing now. Seriously, that's going to be a thing that happens. So yeah, are there any other questions we can talk about?
What about? Go ahead.
No, I don't
have an agenda.
No, but you know how mine is always can be I can always circle back.
So around. What about the thing about the class?
That's right, Chris. Thank you, because I don't have that written down.
Okay.
I would have forgotten.
Oh, Joy said that 72 days till Christmas and got to get it together, people. And that is true. There are
that seems like a lot.
There are 71 container ships just floating
That's
off the
right.
coast, and each container ship holds 17,000 containers.
Wow.
It takes 1 week to unload one container ship. And can ship, yeah.
Sure.
And so nobody's unloading them now. So they're just stacking up. If someone started today unloading them, they wouldn't be all unloaded until fucking June.
So it wouldn't be.
So you really do need to start thinking, especially if you have kids.
Here's an idea. What if we did the Texas Toast gift card for so if you want, say there's someone special in your life who loves Texas Toast and said, man, I sure would like to get something those guys make. What if we had a gift card for a cool Hyundai, and you could buy one or you could buy 25, and they could get something nice. Yeah. How about that? That'd be good. Yeah.
We got someone said mini guitars. That's funny because Matt's sister had a baby shower 3 years ago, and I did it. Was it Babies and Beyond or something like that? And it had a little baby toy. It's like a toddler toy shaped like a guitar, and when you strum it, it's got this rolly thing.
Oh yeah, horribly obnoxious. Yeah.
Yes, it is. I get the noisiest toys for people with kids.
Well,
it's funny.
That's what gives you grace.
It's funny for me.
But so as Chris was trying to get me to talk about, our friend Tony Lopes is having back surgery. And Tony, I know I sent you an email earlier today. My accountant is going to refund you through PayPal. But Tony said that he wants to help out. So he's not going to be able to make it to the December class. So Ryan, there is a spot open for the December class.
Or anybody else.
But Ryan was actually specifically asking.
Sniffing around on it.
Have you reopened that on the website?
No, I haven't.
Well, let's do this. If Ryan takes it, if Ryan wants it, he needs to get a hold of you in the next whatever.
He can email me. Yeah, he can. Please email me.
Email, yeah, that's what I meant.
And we might.
Otherwise, we'll maybe put that back up as an option.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to come out and build a classic Fender in the December class, it's the last day is the 10th. So the first day is.
And we're not in Texas. We're in Colorado.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, that's going around on the chat. So.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I don't know why people have a huge problem with that, but some people are at least
problem.
Confused.
They just assume.
Oh, yes. Okay. Well, Texas is a big place.
I'd love to go to Texas sometime. Well,
you could argue that Colorado is just really far north Texas.
Yes, it used to be Mexico, just like Texas was. Yeah.
Anyway,
it's really nice.
So we've got one more spot, and we're bummed out that Tony can't make it, but he's having back surgery. So so for as bummed out as we are, imagine how bummed out Tony's got to be. So.
Yeah. But here's some lucky boys chance to come to Texas Toast and come to the Cridman party.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I have no idea where we are now. What have we talked about?
Are we going to take some questions?
Yeah, let's take some questions.
Are there some questions?
No, but
okay.
Yeah, but we can. That's never stopped me from talking. Let's see. Is there anything else up on the board that we talked about? We talked about the new classes, the Fabric Top and the Guitar Workshop. What do you think about the idea that you guys get to provide your own parts for the classes? Do you think that's a good idea, or do you think are you bummed out by that?
No, I'm not bummed out by it. I think it's potentially really cool. We've had guys bring parts.
What if do you think that we could? So let's say we had the class was, 1,500 or whatever it is, and we knock 300 off of it, and someone says, "Well, I'm having trouble. I don't want to source all the parts." Do you think we should have like a package that's $300 that's like the standard basic equipment? Or I don't think people are going to want to do that. I think they're going to go, this is
do that either,
way cooler. I get to have what I want.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
So anyway,
our neighbor's at the door.
Oh, Mrs. Toast is going to go check and see what our neighbor's up to. I think that getting to pick everything on your guitar is really the coolest thing to do. You know what else we talked about today? I'd like to know what you guys think of this. We talked about some videos that were what to expect when you come out here. So you have an idea of, well, do I have all the stuff? What's going to happen when I get out there? Everybody who's been out here, of course, knows, and they have a good time. But I think if we made some videos where we just kind of let you guys get an idea of what to expect, I think that'd be a good thing. So maybe we should do one of those tomorrow.
Sure.
Okay. Speaking of tomorrow,
we got nothing else going on.
Yeah, we've got so much going on. Tell everybody a little bit about the reveal for tomorrow. It's a kind of a special reveal.
It will be the most Billy Bows you've ever seen in one place. Billy Bow bodies.
Yeah.
There's a paint booth full of 10 of them.
Yeah. Or are there more than 10? Okay.
Yeah, there's more, but only 10 of them are getting the treatment.
The real nice treatment.
The other ones aren't. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
And then Mike Learn may or may not stop by with another. There's so many Billy Bows.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh, okay.
Because on the 8th of November, we're getting ready to have everybody who's taking the build a guitar and paint a guitar Billy Bow class with Texas Toast and Mike Learn. They're all going to be here in November, and it's going to be a wild, wild week.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, a week or in like 3 days, starting Monday, there's another Build a Classic set neck. And we have one of the guys who was here for the very, very first Texas Toast class. Daryl's going to be here.
Oh, yeah.
Dean, who was at the very second class ever.
Very second class.
Is going to be here. Michael, who was at the very first Build a Classic Strat, is going to be here. And Chris is going to be here tomorrow. He might be watching. I don't know. He might be like wheels up flying here. And
he says he's looking for the forward to the drive tomorrow.
He's driving.
Well, yeah, somebody said that earlier. I'm trying to remember it. I can't find it,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then James is there. It's a full class. That's another thing, guys. The classes have a maximum of 5 people right now. Unless you're talking about the ones that we do with Mike, then the maximum is 8. The reason is because we just can't make sure people aren't cutting their hands off.
Yeah.
When there's
Rule number 1.
Yeah.
Do
Don't
not
lead in
lead
my
that
shop. Anyway,
here's a question about hardware.
who asked that?
Dan Andradas.
Hey, Dan.
Matt, I think if a beginner came out for a class, he would like your choice on hardware. Maybe.
One of the things that we're going to do, we're including with I'm sending out more emails now to students. And one of the emails will be, here's all the stuff that you need so you don't forget anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they'll be like, here's what I recommend you get.
Yeah.
And here's where you can get it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And it's one thing to buy, we're talking about this at lunch, 10 sets of telly parts for 2 classes over the course of a year. It's another thing to have to spec 5 individual guitars for, like a Build a Classic Fender class.
Yeah.
And I want to build a Jazzmaster. I want to build a telly. I want to build a telly deluxe with a different pick guard.
It's hard to get all that stuff.
It's just it becomes a little overwhelming.
And you always get the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So, I kind of wanted this instead of that.
I was hoping for these pickups, or I was hoping for that, or So
if you're going to have to change the pickups out when you get home, we can save you some money by doing it.
And sometimes part of the fun is shopping and looking at parts and
I
all of
think
that.
So too.
So
I hate shopping.
Well, then you don't get to come to class.
Gee, thanks for helping us push that agenda.
No, I'm unusual. I hate shopping. I hate it so much. Just give me gifts and I'm good.
Just give me gifts.
Robert Tucker wants to know, if I come to the Christmas party, do I get to jam with Hawk Attack?
For insurance reasons, no.
But you might get to play with Jim.
You never can tell. Hawk Attack is a power trio.
It really is. Yeah, there's no jam.
No, there's no jam in Hawk Attack.
What's the longest show you ever played?
28 minutes.
There you go. Yep. How many songs?
14.
Yeah.
Yep.
1, 2, 3,
no
4.
banter.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. You can play a couple more.
Yeah. By the time the sound man says you can play a couple more, I'm unplugged and my shit's in the car.
Matt's cord is wound up. Guitar's in the case.
My SVT is in the car. Yeah. Yeah. I'm loaded out.
Yeah. But Jimmy might let you.
I think there's a lot of opportunity to play. Is it Robert?
Let me keep my
Get your danger glasses on.
Yeah, Robert Tucker.
Robert, I'm sure there's going to be lots of opportunities to play. Hawk Attack hasn't played together for
3 years.
No, it's been just over. Well, it's almost been 2 years. So for the last 2 years, all the members of Hawk Attack have been playing with themselves. But but I think we're ready for one last triumphant hurrah.
There you go.
Yep. So that's going to be December 10th, 2021 at Odyssey Beer Works for the Texas Toast Cridman Party.
That's the solstice too.
Well, so you got that going for you.
Wow, yeah.
And remember, Toys for Tots. We're doing a toy drive for Toys for Tots.
Winter solstice is both the best day and the worst day of the year because it's the shortest day, least amount of sunlight,
Lots of nighttime.
and also beginning of it turning around and going the other way.
Yep, that's true.
So, yeah,
that's true.
I always like to look at it as the best day.
You are a very positive person, generally speaking. So.
I really am. Yeah. That's one trait that I really have.
I don't know if you guys are going to sound the same since Magic Mike has hair now.
I don't know.
I think he's lost his aerodynamic design. We'll see.
Well, there's nothing that says that Mike won't be clean shaven by the time December 10th rolls around. I don't know.
His head and everything.
Everybody's got hair now. Maybe we'll split the difference, and I don't have a beard anymore.
No, but you didn't always have a beard.
No, I didn't always have a beard. Yeah.
It'll sound the same, only just more, slightly more dignified.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like we're gonna stop playing the love songs that we've always played.
Yeah.
So.
We just listened to a couple of them tonight.
We did. Indeed, we did. So, Chris, what else should we talk about tonight?
Any other questions?
No one wants to. No one has any questions.
Everybody knows everything there is about. Yeah.
Cool by me. Oh, Mrs.
Right
Toast.
now.
Mrs. Toast is going like this.
You don't have your danger glasses on.
They're on my head.
But on your eyes. Is
on
where
my
they
hair.
count.
Look how gray I am.
Down my hair.
Okay, Alan Aviation.
Hi, Alan.
Is a billy bow what I think it is? Does it look like a weapon?
It is what you think it is, and no, it doesn't look like a weapon. I don't know the answer to that. Let's actually look at.
Here's another question while he's fetching that. Can I? This is Javier de Jesus.
Hey, Javier.
Can I install fret wire that is pre-radius to 9.5 inches on a 12-inch radius fretboard?
You should have no problem doing that unless you're using stainless steel fret wire. If you're using stainless steel, you kind of want it to be a little tighter or a little closer to the radius. So this is a Billy Bow Jupiter Jet made popular by the late, great Bo Diddley, Chris, what is the standout feature of what?
It almost looks like a 60s rocket.
It does. It looks like a car or something.
57 Chevy tail fin.
Yeah.
What is one distinguishing thing about Bo Diddley, Chris, that our friend Dave DeVoe says? No one sang more songs about Bo Diddley than Bo Diddley.
Yep, no one. Yep, that is absolutely true.
So what's that? So this started out as a Jupiter Thunderbird or something?
Yeah, he called it the Jupiter Thunderbird. I don't know where he got that name. And the whole idea was that as a guitar player, he didn't want to play the same guitar as anybody else.
Yeah.
So he had this guy, a former employee at Gretsch, make him.
Did he design this cuckoo thing?
I don't know if he did or if somebody else, if the guy did. Yeah. He also had one called the Cadillac,
which was squattier and
sharper.
Yeah, and sharper.
Yeah, Chris Hendricks just mentioned that Billy called his the caddy bow.
Yeah, and
Billy Gibbons had one of those too. Yeah.
And so
Chris,
and I think Bo had several of these over the years. And then he also had his square guitar.
Yeah,
but at some point, the story is that Bo Diddley gave Billy Gibbons one, and Billy was really taken with it. And
that's like all he played for several years.
And then Gretsch, who didn't have anything to do with the original other than the parts were Gretsch parts, and it said
the
Gretsch
neck
on
said
the head.
Gretsch. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I don't know if it was a Gretsch neck or where that came from. But anyway, this is a Billy Bow. That's what Gretsch called them when they reintroduced them in the 90s.
The Billy Bow Jupiter Jet, in the 90s, and so there's going to be
I don't know where the Billy comes from.
There's going to be a boatload of these.
Yeah.
And by the way, the neck this one just doesn't have its neck pickup.
Yeah, this one's a sort of an abandoned in place kind of a thing.
This one might be a single pickup Billy Bow.
Tester. Yeah.
I think a single pickup would be a cool one.
Yeah, we could do
Here's
that.
Here's a great question.
All right.
I love to ask you.
I'm all ears.
Neil Jones.
Hi, Neil.
How did you come about the name Texas Toast?
Oh, that's easy. Lone Star Guitars was already taken.
Love that.
That doesn't really answer the question, but it is the answer. That is true, but it's not really the answer. So I grew up in Texas. I was not born in Texas, but I grew up there. And
it's cooler to say you were born in Rock Island.
I was born in Rock Island. Yeah. But that is true. I was born in Rock Island, Illinois, at a hospital that's been torn down. And
my hospital's gone too.
Yeah, I think that happens a lot.
My elementary school's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I grew up in Texas, and when I moved here to Colorado, I missed some of the things about Texas, and I didn't miss some of the things. But when I started my guitar company, I really like Texas guitar players. You know what I mean? Like you guys know all the famous ones: Charlie Sexton, Joe King Carrasco. Yeah, those guys like that. Yeah, guys like that.
Yeah.
So I wanted to, since everybody knows a famous guitar player from Texas, I wanted to have something about Texas in the name, and I thought, well, I can't say Texas because I'm not in Texas, but Lone Star, that's cool. I'll call it Lone Star. Well, at the time, Lone Star Guitars was already taken. So I'm like, well, I don't know. So we came up with, I don't know how we landed on Texas Toast. I really don't. But as it turns out, it's easy to spell. It's easy to remember. It's dumb enough that no one else is going to want it. And it just kind of stuck.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Did it start out kind of as a gag?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you going to call it? Texas Toast Guitars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I didn't know this, but my vertical and horizontal letter thing totally works with that too.
Well,
So,
there you go.
just like Dogtown skates. Okay.
So I'm not using the charger that came with my phone. So I'm gonna be.
Okay. Is there something you want to tell me before you go?
It's hard. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I will look at the thing here. Oh, Chris has something.
We're gonna get a strike.
We are?
No.
Oh, JC wants to know, Rock Island, isn't that where Ian at Forgotten Weapons goes for auctions sometimes? Rock Island auction. As a matter of fact, JC, that is true, and that is in Rock Island, Illinois. And I spent a little bit of money at the Rock Island auction house this year. I got some stuff that I have always wanted, and maybe I will tell you about that one day. You know what though? I've kind of been going through a little bit of an identity crisis, and personality shift. So when I ran over to the shop, and I drove over to the shop today, it never occurred to me like, oh, I better bring a gun with me. I've really kind of fairly dramatically altered my perspective on that.
I told my sister the no gun carrying, and she was shocked and amazed.
Well, I had I had a moment of clarity that for me was just sort of an eye opener, and I'm okay if people want to carry guns around. I think everybody should have a gun. I really do. But I just carrying them around for me is not something that I want to. I don't know. He ain't gonna get my $14. I'm tired of that, kind of attitude of, I think if something ever happens, that's just when the fun really starts, when after you commit a homicide. I think that you need to really think about the grim reality of what you don't, but you know what I mean?
No, I don't, because I'm not into guns.
Yeah. And like I said, I think guns
am
are
into shovels though, and I know how to use it.
I think guns are cool, and I think shovels are cool, and I think axes are cool. But I don't carry them around with me anymore. So, all right, let's see what else we got. Stinky Whizzle Teats. I hope I said that right.
I think that's his given name.
Can you use grain filler to stain mahogany and get a junior cherry finish? Or does the filler have to be wiped down and then sprayed? Okay, if I'm doing a cherry finish, like the heritage cherry, like that, finish? Like that Gibson cherry finish, often found on SGs or juniors or something.
Yeah, so he wants the grain of the mahogany to be a little darker.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
But okay, let's say you were going to cop that Gibson finish.
Okay.
How would you do it? Not what would you do to use grain fill to do it? How would you do it?
Well, I think we've done that finish, right?
Yeah. So here's what I'm driving at. Okay. Whizzle T. I can't tell you how you need to do it, but what I can tell you how to do is how we do it. Or that is to say, Chris will be happy to explain to you how we would do it.
So we don't grain fill mahogany. We don't typically grain fill anything. You'd be amazed at how much grain will pop as soon as you start putting sealer on the wood. So we use our Simtex sealer, and we use that as a grain filler and sealer all in one. It soaks in a little bit, and then you spray some more on, and it becomes a sealer. And then when that's all sealed up and sanded and ready for finish, then we spray a translucent candy coat.
Now, while you're doing this, we have another question. Grudgemeyer wants to get started spraying urethane paints. He wants to know a good base coat product for mixing the trans tint. So now you're going to talk about that.
So yeah, what we use we use a base coat clear coat system.
That's right.
The base coat is not meant to be a durable finish by itself. You must put a clear coat over the top of it. And we use mostly products from Tamco right now, but you can use PPG and Sherwin-Williams, and everybody's got all of this stuff. So what we use for the translucent colors is they call it a color blender or a mid-coat clear.
Yeah. And PPG calls it DBC 500.
Yeah,
whatever.
Whatever.
Inner coat,
yeah. And it's a clear base coat that you can put colors in or metallics in or pearls in, basically whatever you want to do. And you spray that, and then you'll spray a top coat of clear on top of that.
And for urethane clears, right now we're using the Tamco Euro Clear.
Euro Clear. Yeah.
But again, Omni 277, PPG.
Yeah, everybody's got
top coat. Yeah.
Everybody's got some sort of, and Euro Clear seems to be the standard name designation.
Yeah, that's a weird thing, isn't it?
For any kind of high solids, super shiny, kind of top end clear. I don't want to use the word top of the line.
Top
of the line.
You will probably really, really like urethane paint if you give it enough of a chance.
Yeah. There's some ins and outs on it, but you can't. There's nothing shinier. There's nothing better. As far as durability, and you can spray it thin, and you're not spraying polyester clear.
That's right. You're not spraying polyurethane.
No. You're spraying. It's a urethane
2-part. Oh, are you spraying 2K?
Well, yeah.
In a way, but you're not spraying the brand unless you're spraying.
Yeah, unless you're spraying.
What is
Spray
it?
Max 2K.
Spray Max 2K.
Yeah. That's just a good logo. 2K on the can. It's like NOS or Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Spraying Mountain Dew on there?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Diet Pepsi.
Diet Pepsi.
All right.
RC Cola. Yeah. So that's how we do a cherry finish.
Leo Custom Guitars.
Hey, Leo Custom Guitars. Chris, what do you think about using polyester for top coats?
I haven't used it. Steve at Maximum Guitars has tried some stuff from Simtex.
Is he using that now?
He did on that one guitar that he brought by. It looked great. I can't remember what all he told me about it.
We've talked to a lot of people though who've used the Simtex top coat,
and it's a polyester. Fender uses some of that in their production stuff, and some other stuff they use just urethane. And I don't know. It probably works really well. It's probably another one of those. There's a little bit of a learning curve.
Sure.
When you first start using it,
you got to give it a chance, right? I mean, the first time I used the urethane paint, I'm like, this sucks. It's sticky. It's
sticky and it runs and it's not. It doesn't dry instantly.
So nice.
It doesn't. Yeah, And I don't get a cool buzz from like I do from lacquer.
Yeah.
You don't get blushing either.
You can't hold the neck. I can't hold the guitar by the neck for the second.
Yeah. Steve Sobo wants to know, what about a Challenger with that Heritage Cherry? Steve, that would be a cool guitar, and I would like for you to have that guitar.
Yep.
Let's get an invoice going. So, you remember Steve? He's a cool guy.
Yep. Except we don't call it Heritage Cherry. We call it
Luxardo Red. That's right.
Yep.
Only those go into Manhattan.
That's right.
Did you hear I said it? Like
In the Manhattan. I did, yeah. Dylan wants to know, is that what McPherson uses?
No, he said that's what they
Oh, okay.
yeah.
That's what McPherson uses. Mark,
Polyester?
yeah, I guess so.
Probably.
Mark wants to know, is it standard spray equipment or a special setup?
For
using the urethane.
yeah, it's pretty standard.
Yeah, I don't think we have to like.
There's nothing.
The neat thing about lacquer is you can get away with a cheapo gun because you sand so much of it off. But the modern urethane paints, you will definitely benefit from using a high quality gun.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. What was I going to say? There was something I was going to say. Oh, all of this stuff is automotive industry.
Yep.
The guitar industry is this big compared to the automotive industry. And so it's all made for that. And it's, when you start looking at this stuff, it's auto paint. Is, you start looking at spray guns on Amazon and that's where it takes you, auto paint. Okay. Or house paint.
We got one more question before we wrap it up, and that is from Robert Tucker. Black cherry wood, good for bodies? Absolutely.
And ask about necks.
Good for necks. I don't see why not. If you can get the grain to have very little run out, absolutely. It's awesome lumber. Is it the most ideal guitar building wood? No. Will you have to convince guitar players that it's awesome? Yes. Could you do yourself a favor by just using mahogany or alder or ash or maple? Yes, but cherry is a fantastic lumber to use. Okay, guys, I'd like to go ahead and wrap this one up because Dylan from Dylan Talks Tone is going to be going live here in just a few minutes. So we're going to give you guys plenty of opportunity to jump over to see Dylan. I'd like to thank our Patreon members who make all of these live streams possible. Guys, if you appreciate the stuff that we do, you can go over to the Patreon page and become a member. Even $1 a month goes a long way to helping us bring in you guys neat stuff like this. I'd also like to thank Ike and the guys at Flipside Music, the great American guitar store. If you're in the Denver area, please check out Flipside Music and tell them the guys from Texas Toast said, hey, Steve at Maximum Guitar Works. I don't even know what to say about Steve from Maximum Guitar Works, but he's fixing to explode. He already sent some stuff to Brad Angove, and we made videos about it, and people are like, "Oh, Brad, you're so handsome." But yeah, Steve from Maximum Guitar Works is he is the man. He's a very good friend of the shop, and we love hanging out with Steve. John and Cheryl from Bitterroot Guitars. Please check out Bitterroot Guitars. Link in the description below for discount code TXTOAST at checkout, and you'll save 15%. And speaking of percentages off, you've got, I think we still have a 15% off deal with Tone Wood Experts. Dan and Calvin over there will hook you up with pretty much anything you need. And if you need swamp ash for your body build, that's where we get it, is from Tone Wood Experts. You guys can get it there too. So until next time, until the reveal tomorrow, which will be live, and we will see you guys then. Check out Dylan from Dylan Talks Tone. I am going to go home and go to big bed because I am tired. So, guys, we'll see you tomorrow, and have a great night. We'll catch you then.